Okay, good morning. So what we're doing is finding our roots and zeros. This just goes into everything that we've been doing before. So we're going to do the exact same thing. We're just adding another step. So in order to find our roots and zeros, one of the ways that we have found, we're going to learn more, but one of the ways is by factoring. So the first thing we do to find roots and zeros is to factor the equation. So this is not 1, so we're going to use the slip and slide method, which means this is A, I take A, I move it over to C and multiply. So that's going to be 2 times 2 equals 4. Now I'm going to rewrite my equation, and notice it's set equal to 0. So in what we were doing before, the problems that we had, none of them were set equal to 0. We just factored. We found our factored form, but it wasn't set equal to 0, so we stopped there. With this process, we just go one more step. So we're doing the exact same thing, but when we get to this point, it's always equals 0, like we have here. So we have that one more step to make. Okay, so this now is going to be x squared plus 5x plus 4, and the 4 goes over here, and then it still equals 0. So we continue to write that equals 0. Now we factor. So what times what do I put here and here to get x squared? Thank you. Now my product and sum. So my product needs to be 4. My sum needs to be 5. What are my combinations? Very good. 4 times 1, because 4 plus 1 equals 5. Everything in here is positive, so I know that I can just put a positive and a positive, a plus and a plus, 1 and 4. Okay, but I'm not done. Remember, this is the slip and slide method. We started out with a 2 over here. So now I did my slip when I did the multiplication of the 2 times 2. Now I'm going to do my slide by putting that 2 right back over here. I'm sliding it in under this 1, and I'm sliding it in under the 4, the 2 numbers that I came up with my factors. I slide the 2 back under them. Now when I look at this one, 1/2 does not reduce to an integer. So this 2 is going to slide in front of that x on my next step down. So that's going to be parentheses 2x plus 1. Okay, do you see what happened there? So it was x plus 1 half, but I bring the 2 over here. 2x plus 1. Now on this one, what is 4 divided by 2? 4 divided by 2. 2. So I just write this as x plus 2. And again, it equals 0. Okay, now I come to the new part. All of that we've done before. So all of that we knew how to do. Now the new part is, there's more. But wait, there's more. I split this up. And this one. I'm going to put 2x plus 1 equals 0, and x plus 2 equals 0. Now I have a simple algebra problem, like the ones I learned when I first started learning algebra, and I just solve for x. So what is my first move? What's the first thing I'm going to do to solve for x? Subtract 1 from both sides. 2x equals -1. What's my next move? Divide by 2. So x equals -1/2. Okay? Does that look familiar? Did we see this 1/2 right up here? And do we notice this is positive? That's negative? Because when we set it for equal to 0, it just moves it to the other side. And in order to get it there, we had to subtract it because it was positive. Okay, now looking at this one, how do I solve for this? Subtract 2 from both sides, and x equals -2. Okay, so there's my answers now. My roots are -2 and -1/2. And that's my answer. So what's different? I'm still doing the same factoring. If A is greater than, let's see if we can get the whole thing in here. If A is greater than 1, then I have to do my slip and slide method. But I'm still doing the exact same thing I did for factoring. The only difference now is when I get each of these quantities, I'm setting them equal to 0. I'm setting them apart from each other and then solving. And notice when we're here, it's a very simple little algebra problem. So don't try to make it more complicated than it is. Okay, questions? Good.